So this is my Canon idiot clean his own sensor guide. I'm the idiot, this is my sensor, so let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, you don't need these. So the backstory to this is I've recently been in Brazil shooting jaguars, which was amazing. We went with a company called On Safari, who are doing amazing work out there protecting wild jaguars. However, things out there evolve very quickly and you have to just make decisions on the fly, and there was this one moment where the sun had gone down. I still had my 100 to 400mm Sony lens with a doubler on it, and we had just come across this jaguar. So I had to take the doubler off to get that extra light into the camera. However, it was the dry season in Brazil, it's very dusty. In between taking the doubler off, I had a big splodge of dust on my sensor. This is one, really annoying because it's completely ruined that shot, but it was doubly annoying because I didn't have any of these with me, which is really stupid. All I had was my rocket blower, and no amount of puffing was getting rid of it. It was just there for good. I had 2 more days to shoot, and obviously I couldn't live with that bit of dust on there. And so I took the very dangerous decision I had a little bit of plastic or something, I can't remember what it was, but I just went in and just very gently just smeared it away, which I do not recommend at all. It worked, but definitely don't recommend it. But now I'm back home in London, I've got my cleaning kit, so I'm going to open her up and clean that sensor properly. So the first thing you're going to want to do is just make sure where you're working is completely clean and tidy. This is good for 1, it doesn't get new dust on the sensor, and 2, your girlfriend comes home and thinks, oh look, Candy's clean and tidied, yay. The next thing you're going to want to do, if you've got a Sony camera with in-body stabilization, or any camera with a stabilized sensor, you're going to want to actually turn the stabilizer on, because then the sensor is being held in place and fights any movement instead of just being floppy. If the sensor's moving around as we're smearing across, we're going to get weird, horrible smears. So that's why we're doing that. So go into my shortcut and then stabilizer on. So I actually haven't looked at how bad this sensor has got since I've been in Brazil. It's pretty bad in there actually, to be fair. I'm amazed some of those dots haven't come up in the footage because they're pretty chunky. So I'm going to start with the rocket air blower. And just wipe clean around here just to make sure there's no new dust going to get in. Actually, that's cleaned it up quite nice already. Okay, now it's time for the swab. Now again, stupidly, I'm doing this with an APS-C size swab because I bought these for my old camera. So I should have bought full frame swabs, but I'm just going to use these because that's the kind of guy I am. So the instructions say to use just 1 or 2 drops onto the sensor swab. I would say go with the recommended amount because when I cleaned my Sony A7 300, but I was like, oh no, I'm just going to add a few extra drops just for luck, you know, and then I realized when I did it, it was just leaving kind of streaks, so I had to let it dry and then start again and put less on. So this time I'm just going to put on the recommended amount. So that's 1 drip, 2 drips. I'm just going to put a tiny bit extra on the bottom. Now you want to form a 60-degree angle and do 1 smooth motion. And then I'm going to move mine down and do the other half of the sensor. And there we go. You're meant to do 1 way, then swip it over and go back if you had a full-size sensor swab. But I don't have that, so I've done top, then gone back down and done bottom. And looking in now, it looks really great. It's a clean sensor. So I definitely recommend only using 1 or 2 drops of the solution. Last time I did way more and it was too much. So this looks great. I've just used 2 drops, maybe 2.5 maybe. And yeah, if you like this light as well, I got this in Homebase for £5. It's powered by USB. Really handy for this kind of stuff. The next thing to do is to test to make sure you've done a good job and see that the sensor's clean, not just by your eye, but also through a lens. So for this, I'm going to put on my 35mm prime. So I'll do a more stringent test than this, but what you tend to do is shoot up against a white wall or a white piece of paper. So you want to shoot at a low ISO, therefore your image will have less noise in it, and so you'll be able to see the dust a lot more clearly. So at f22, 5000 ISO, we'll take a shot, boom. And then what you want to do is go to playback mode, hit your zoom in button, this one up here. Actually want to zoom out a bit more than that. And then you can just go through the image and see if there's any dust or streaks or anything. Okay, so that's it, we've done it. That was my can an idiot do a sensor clean? Today the answer's yes, tomorrow the answer might be different, so your mileage may vary. You do this at your own risk, but if I can do it, I do believe anyone else can do it, so go ahead and give it a go. If this has been helpful, if this has given you the confidence to clean your own sensor, please give the video a like, that'd be really helpful for me. And check out the rest of my channel where you'll be able to see that jaguar film I was talking about. I've been filming sharks in Cape Verde, an amazing conservation project out there. I got films in India with tigers, I've been snorkeling with crocodiles, all with the aim to raise awareness about amazing conservation projects that are out there. So do go check them out. And if you're keen to see more, then obviously subscribe to the channel and I'll put up more content soon. Good to see you guys. I hope your sensor cleanings go well. Until next time.